Every day, your arteries are slowly getting blocked, and your doctor probably will not say anything until it is dangerously late. But there is one strong drink that can open them up and cut down your risk of heart disease the natural way. I'm going to explain the science and the truth that big drug companies want you to ignore. You really need to know this before you go in for your next blood test. Many people believe that blocked arteries are just a result of bad genes, getting older, or simply bad luck. We are told often that cholesterol is the main bad guy. But inflammation in the arteries, not your age and not even cholesterol by itself, is the real quiet killer. So, I am going to give you 5 drinks backed by science. These drinks help lower belly fat, drop inflammation, improve how you handle insulin, and lower inflammatory markers. These are not tricks, these are metabolic tools backed by human studies that support artery repair and the production of nitric oxide. And yes, they really help to clear out your arteries quickly. Now, you might be asking yourself, can a simple drink really fix years of damage? That is a fair question to ask. We are taught to believe that once plaque forms, surgery is the only choice. However, the science tells us a different story. We are about to go through specific steps that can cause a big change. We are not talking about rare or expensive supplements. We are talking about 5 specific, easy-to-find drinks you can make at home. We will cover everything from a drink for the evening that acts like a fire extinguisher for inflammation to a morning favorite that becomes strong medicine for your heart when you make it the right way. I need you to stay with me until the very end because our game-changing revelation number 1 involves a specific fruit extract. A study on humans showed it could actually reverse the thickness of arterial plaque by 30% in just 1 year. You definitely do not want to miss that data. But before we start, if you are ready to take charge of your heart health, please do me a small favor. Click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Join our community of active seniors who are changing the rules of aging. Here is a quick and important reminder. All the information shared today is for learning purposes. Everyone has a unique health situation, so please talk to your doctor or healthcare provider before making any big changes to your diet, exercise, or health routine. This is especially true if you have health issues already or are on medication. Let us use this knowledge to have smart discussions with them. Let us jump into these metabolic superpowers, starting with a nighttime habit that gets everything ready. Insight number 5, the evening inflammation soother. Have you ever noticed that your joints feel stiffer or your brain feels cloudy right after a poor night of sleep? That is often inflammation at work. Our first focus is made to handle this specific problem. It is called the metabolic turmeric golden latte. The real challenge we are facing here is silent inflammation, or what doctors call chronic systemic inflammation. Imagine your arteries are like the inner lining of a smooth pipe. When inflammation is high, it is like taking sandpaper to the inside of that pipe. It makes scratches and rough spots. Your body tries to heal those scratches, so it patches them up with cholesterol and calcium. That patch is what we call plaque, so cholesterol is not the villain here. It is the firefighter trying to put out the fire of inflammation. If you do not put out the fire, the patching never stops and the arteries get tighter. This is where turmeric comes in. However, there is a catch. Turmeric on its own is very hard for your body to absorb. You could eat spoonfuls of it and get almost no benefit. Therefore, we have to use a specific mix. You want to create a golden latte. This involves mixing warm, unsweetened coconut milk with high-quality turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, and a pinch of black pepper. This is the secret weapon. Why use the pepper? Black pepper contains piperine, which boosts how much curcumin you absorb by up to 2,000%. Curcumin is the active ingredient in turmeric. To truly understand how this works, think of your body's repair system like a construction crew working on a highway at night. If the highway is full of traffic and noise, which represents inflammation, the crew cannot work. Drinking this turmeric latte is like closing the road and turning on the bright lights. It calms the system down, lowers cortisol, and allows the repair crew to fix the holes in your arteries efficiently while you sleep. Now, when it comes to using strong spices like turmeric and ginger, it is especially important for us to be careful. If you have a sensitive stomach or are on blood-thinning medication, please remember to start slowly and listen to your body. Discuss this with your doctor, as turmeric is a mild blood thinner. So, mix 10 ounces of warm coconut milk, half a teaspoon of turmeric, spices, and a tablespoon of grass-fed butter or ghee. This fat is crucial because turmeric needs fat to dissolve. Sip this an hour before bed. It tastes like a dessert, but it works like medicine. It lowers markers like CRP and IL-6. That soothes the fire at night, but what about the metabolic traffic jam that happens after you eat? That leads us to our next strategy. Strategy number 4, the metabolic reset tonic. Most people think clogged arteries come only from eating fat. But new science points a finger at a different cause. That cause is chronically high insulin. This brings us to our 4th drink. It is the apple cider vinegar and cinnamon shot. Here is what is actually happening inside your body. When you eat a meal high in carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas pumps out insulin to move that sugar into your cells. But as we age, our cells can become resistant. They lock the doors, so your pancreas pumps even more insulin. High levels of insulin are incredibly damaging to the artery walls. They encourage the growth of plaque and keep belly fat locked around your middle. Enter apple cider vinegar, or ACV, and cinnamon. This is not just an old story, it is a metabolic powerhouse. Studies show that consuming ACV before a meal can improve insulin sensitivity by 20 to 34%. Cinnamon adds to this by acting like insulin and helping move glucose into cells without the damage. Let us use a picture to make this clear. Imagine your cells are like a nightclub and glucose is the crowd trying to get in. When you are insulin resistant, the bouncers, or your receptors, will not open the door. The crowd builds up in the street, which is your bloodstream, causing chaos and damage. Drinking this ACV shot is like giving the bouncers a master key. They open the doors efficiently, the crowd flows into the club where they belong, and the street outside stays clear and calm. Here is how you make it. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of organic ACV into 8 ounces of water. Make sure it has the mother, which is that cloudy stuff at the bottom. Add half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon and a squeeze of lemon. Drink this right before your biggest meal of the day, but remember, vinegar is acidic. So do not drink it without water, as it can be hard on your tooth enamel. Always use a straw or rinse your mouth with water afterwards. This simple habit signals your body to burn fat rather than store it, directly helping your artery health. Now that we have managed inflammation and insulin, let us move to something many of you probably already love, but perhaps you are drinking it wrong. Essential secret number 3, the morning cognitive and cardio fuel. This one is great news for my fellow coffee lovers. We are talking about a specific way to make coffee loaded with healthy fats. For years, we were told coffee raises blood pressure and is bad for the heart. But when you look at high-quality, mold-free coffee, the story changes. The bean is actually rich in polyphenols, specifically chlorogenic acid. This helps reduce the risk of death from all causes and improves endothelial function. That is the flexibility of your blood vessels. The issue is not usually the coffee. It is the toxic processing of cheap beans and the sugary creamers we put in it. We are going to stack this coffee with high-quality fats. We use grass-fed butter and olive oil rich in polyphenols. I know putting olive oil in coffee sounds crazy, but listen to the science. The high-quality fats stabilize the caffeine absorption, stopping the jitters. At the same time, the olive oil provides antioxidants that directly support the lining of your arteries. Think of your old morning routine with sugary toast and cheap coffee as putting low-grade, dirty fuel into a high-performance classic car. It might start, but it sputters, smokes, and ruins the engine over time. This fat-fueled coffee is like switching to premium, clean-burning jet fuel. It oils the engine, provides a steady, long-lasting burn without the crash, and keeps the internal components, which are your arteries, soft and clean. Take 12 ounces of high-quality, organic coffee. Add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Look for a peppery taste, as that means high polyphenols. Add 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter and a pinch of sea salt. Blend it. The salt helps replace minerals and supports your adrenals. However, a quick word of caution: if you are sensitive to caffeine, drink this at least 90 minutes after waking up to let your natural cortisol levels balance out first. Also, stop by noon so it does not ruin your sleep. This drink signals metabolic flexibility. It teaches your body to burn fat for fuel, which is a key part of clearing out belly fat. So, we have fueled the brain and body. Now, let us look at a forbidden food that is actually a strong heart healer. Crucial insight number 2. The forbidden heart healer. This drink is the artery-opening cacao tonic. Yes, chocolate. But we have to unlearn what we know about chocolate as candy. The situation here involves a molecule called nitric oxide. This molecule is a vasodilator. It tells your blood vessels to relax and open wide. As we age, our production of nitric oxide drops way down. When vessels cannot widen, blood pressure rises, and your heart has to work double time to pump blood through narrow tubes. This stress causes damage to the artery walls. Raw, unprocessed cacao, not cocoa, is one of the most clinically proven foods for boosting nitric oxide. A massive study from Harvard showed that flavonols in cacao improved blood flow a lot. Another trial, the Cosmos trial with 21,000 participants, showed daily cacao extract reduced heart events by 27%. Imagine your arteries are like old, stiff garden hoses. If you turn the water pressure up, they might crack or leak because they have no stretch. Cacao acts like a conditioner for that rubber. It restores the elasticity, turning those stiff hoses into flexible, expanding tubes that can handle changes in blood flow easily. It essentially widens the highway so traffic can flow without bumper-to-bumper congestion. You want 1 tablespoon of organic, raw cacao powder with no sugar added. Mix it with 8 to 10 ounces of warm water or macadamia nut milk. Add a pinch of cinnamon and a teaspoon of MCT oil to help absorption. If it is too bitter, a tiny bit of monk fruit or stevia is fine. Now, while chocolate sounds delicious, remember that cacao is a stimulant similar to coffee. It contains theobromine, so if you are very sensitive to stimulants, you might want to enjoy this in the early afternoon rather than right before bed. This drink is a true cardiotonic, improving blood vessel opening within 30 minutes of drinking it. We have covered inflammation, insulin, energy, and flexibility. But now, we arrive at the most significant revelation. This is the one that directly addresses the physical blockage itself. Game-changing revelation number 1, the arterial plaque eraser. This is the drink that I want you to pay the closest attention to. It is the pomegranate artery repair elixir. Most people think once plaque is there, surgery is the only way to remove it. But a study published in Israel challenged this belief and shocked the medical community. The participants had carotid artery stenosis. That is narrowing of the arteries that supply the brain. In this study, participants drank just 1 ounce of concentrated pomegranate juice daily for a year. The outcome was staggering: the thickness of their arterial plaque reduced by up to 30%. In contrast, the group that did not drink it saw their plaque increase by 9%. That is a massive difference. Additionally, their systolic blood pressure dropped by 12%, and their oxidized LDL, or the bad stuff, dropped by 90%. Think of the plaque in your arteries like hard water scale building up inside your home's plumbing. Over years, the flow gets restricted until barely a trickle comes through. Most treatments just try to lower the water pressure so the pipes do not burst. Pomegranate juice acts like a specialized pipe cleaner. It does not just lower the pressure. It actively works to dissolve and scrub away the scale, restoring the size of the pipe. It works because of punicagens. These are strong antioxidants that protect the cholesterol particles from oxidizing. Cholesterol is only dangerous when it oxidizes, like iron rusting. Pomegranate stops the rust. You are not going to buy the sugary, bottled cocktail juice. You need 100% unsweetened, pure pomegranate juice. Mix for 8 ounces of this juice with 8 ounces of water. Add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of salt. This combination creates a shockwave of nutrients for your heart. However, we must be practical. Pomegranate juice does contain natural fruit sugars. If you are strictly keto or diabetic, you need to monitor your blood sugar response. You might stick to the 4-ounce serving or consume it alongside a meal with protein and fat to stop the sugar spike. But for the vast majority, the benefits of reducing plaque far outweigh the sugar content. And there you have it. That is our game-changing revelation number 1. It might seem surprisingly simple that a fruit could have such a big impact on arterial thickness, but as we have explored, the data is undeniable. This is why we saved it for last. It represents not just prevention, but the potential for reversal. So, we have covered a lot of ground today. We started with the evening inflammation soother to heal you while you sleep. We discussed the metabolic reset tonic to control your insulin. We upgraded your morning with the cognitive and cardio fuel, unlocked the flow with the Forbidden Heart Healer, and finally gave you the tools to scrub those arteries clean with the Plaque eraser. Each one of these is a stepping stone to a happier, healthier you. You do not have to do all 5 at once. That can be overwhelming. Pick one. Maybe you start with the pomegranate elixir for 7 days. Then maybe you swap your breakfast for the fat-fueled coffee. Which of these insights resonated with you the most? Perhaps it was our foundational strategy regarding turmeric, or maybe our eye-opening secret about cacao, or even our ultimate game changer number 1. Which one are you thinking of trying first? I would love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments below. If you found this journey through these health discoveries valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others find our community. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more powerful strategies tailored for our fantastic group of healthy seniors. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep thriving.